All right, let's talk about something that trips up pretty much everyone when they're learning Portuguese. Those little words like this and that. You know, the demonstratives. They seem so simple, right? But then Portuguese throws this little twist at you. Don't worry though, we're going to break it all down and, believe it or not, make it super simple.
So let's dive right in. I mean, think about it. In English, it's pretty straightforward, right? You've got this for something right here and that for something over there. And of course, you've got the plurals, these and those. It's a really simple two-part system. But, well, Portuguese does things just a little bit differently.
And that brings us to the big question, the one you're probably asking yourself right now. If English gets by just fine with 2, why does Portuguese have 3? You've got este, esse, and aquele. It feels like a third wheel, doesn't it? But trust me, this isn't just to make our lives more complicated. It actually adds this amazing layer of precision that's, honestly, it's pretty cool once you see the pattern.
And here's the secret. The pattern is actually so simple. The thing is, it has absolutely nothing to do with exact distance. I mean, you can forget about feet or meters. It's all about perspective. That's it. It's about where the object is in relation to the people who are actually talking.
Okay, so I want you to picture this. Imagine that every conversation creates 3 invisible zones, like little bubbles. There's a bubble right around me, the person talking. Then there's a bubble around you, the person listening. And then there's everything else, the zone that's far away from both of us. Seriously, that's it. That is the entire secret.
So let's start with zone 1. This is the me zone. If something is right here, close to me, the speaker, I'm going to use a word from the este family. You know, like this phone in my hand, or this cup on my desk. Este. Simple.
All right, now let's move to zone 2. This is the you zone. If an object is over there, near you, the person I'm talking to, then I switch gears and use the esse family. That book on your shelf, or that chair you're sitting in. Esse.
And finally, you guessed it, zone 3. This is the far from us zone. If something is way over there, far away from both of us, you know, that building across the street, that car down the block, we both use the aquele family. Aquele. So see, it's just near me, near you, or far from us. That's the whole logic.
Okay, so you've basically got the hardest part down now. Seriously. The whole logic of the 3 zones, that's the main hurdle. There's just one more little layer to add, and honestly, this is the easy part. It's just about making sure our words, well, match the thing we're pointing at. Now, the official term for these is variable demonstratives, but please, don't let that fancy grammar term scare you off. All variable means is that they change. It's super simple. If the noun you're talking about is feminine, you use the feminine version. If it's plural, you use the plural version. It's literally just a matching game. And here it is. This chart is basically your master key, your cheat sheet for the entire system. Look, on the left, you've got our 3 zones: near me, near you, and far from us. Then, going across the top, you see how each one changes from masculine, feminine, singular, and plural. So for example, this book right here, by me, is este libro. But if I have these flowers right here, they become estas flores. See how it just clicks into place? It's a super simple grid for a really powerful system. Okay, theory is one thing, but it's time to see how this actually works out in the wild. Let's put it all together and look at some real examples you might actually hear in a conversation. All right, first up, imagine someone says, "Esta revista aqui é minha." Okay, let's break that down. They're saying esta for a couple of reasons. First, revista, or magazine, is a feminine word. And second, it's near them, the speaker. And look, you even get a huge clue with the word aqui, which means right here. That totally confirms it's in zone 1. Okay, next example. Essa cadeira aí está partida. So why essa? Well, cadeira, or chair, is feminine, and more importantly, it's near the listener. It's in zone 2. And just like before, you've got a little helper word in there, aí. That word means there, but specifically, there near you. It puts it squarely in the listener's zone. And to round out our examples, let's look at this one. Quem é aquela rapariga ali? The girl, rapariga, is feminine, so that's part of it. But the key is her location. She's not near me, she's not near you, she's far away from both of us, so we have to use aquela. And again, the clue word ali, which means way over there, just confirms she's deep in zone 3. Okay, so you've totally got the basic rules down now.
So, you ready for a little pro tip? This is one of those things that will take you from sounding like you're following rules from a book to sounding way more natural, way more like a native speaker. Here it is. Once it's clear what you're talking about, you can just drop the noun completely. You don't have to keep saying it over and over again. You can use the demonstrative all by itself. It makes your speech so much cleaner and faster, it just flows better.
Just look at this comparison. It makes the point perfectly. I mean, you could say, este vestido não é bonito. Compre este vestido. It's grammatically correct, but it sounds a little clunky, right? Buy this dress. A native speaker is much more likely to just say, compra este. Buy this one. See how much smoother that is? It's so much more elegant.
Let's do one more, just to really let it sink in. Essa caneta não escreve. Use esta. So the pen near you, essa caneta, doesn't work. Use esta means use this one, the one right here by me. The word esta is doing all the work. It's standing in for esta caneta. It's such a simple little trick, but wow, it makes a huge difference in how natural you sound.
So, we've covered a fair bit of ground here. But when you boil it all down, it really just comes back to a few core ideas. So, let's lock it all in with the 3 biggest takeaways you need to remember.
First, and most important, the 3 spatial zones. Forget distance. Just think near me, that's este, near you, that's ese, or far from us, that's aquele. Second, you gotta agree and match. Your demonstrative always has to match the gender and number of your noun. And finally, number 3, that pro tip, to sound supernatural, replace the noun. Once we know what you're talking about, just use the demonstrative on its own, like use este.
And really, that's the whole system. It's not so bad when you break it down, is it? And the best part is, you can start practicing this right now. So here's a little challenge for you. Just look around the room you're in. What's an object right next to you that's este? Now imagine you're talking to someone else in the room. What's something near them that would be ese? And what's something outside the window, far from both of you, that would be aquele? Go on, give it a try.